So I have a message today for all the gamers out there. And that message is quite simply, they hate you. So what do I mean by that? Well, for anybody who's been a gamer for a very long time, they've probably seen so many changes in the gaming space. Everything from technology to all the variety of ways in which you could game all around the world. It simply is amazing and revolutionary, especially if you were there since the beginning, which I was. My very first console was an Atari. And so I've seen all the changes, and the industry is just massive nowadays. However, one thing has been consistent throughout the entire gaming industry landscape, and it's actually gotten worse every single year. And that's basically the fact that, well, these game companies don't care about you, the gamers. And what they care about is money and all that sweet, sweet gaming money that you're getting out of you. And no more is that apparent than just the recent news yesterday from Microsoft. And so let's go ahead and look at what they just announced the other day. So they made an update to Xbox Game Pass. They're now introducing Essential, Premium, and Ultimate plans. So what does that mean for you, the gamer? Well, through their marketing, they're showing you that you are getting more games, more services, 50 plus games for Essential, 200 plus games for Premium, 400 plus games with Ultimate. You could play on PC, console, cloud. You also get other in-game benefits from Riot Games. You get unlimited cloud gaming. You get Ubisoft Classics, 75 plus day one games a year, including all Xbox published games day one. Sounds really, really good, right? Well, there's definitely a price, and you're going to have to read the fine print as well. And so with every single one of these plans, there's now been another price increase. The Essential starts at $9.99 a month, Premium $14.99 a month, and then Ultimate at $29.99 a month. So if you look at the Ultimate, which is what most people were paying for before, it went from $15, if I remember correctly, in 2021, and then it went up to $17, and now it's at $30. So in just a few years, it's increased by 100%. And before, you could do things like take your game rewards, your rewards that you were getting, and use that to pay for Xbox Game Pass, but now you can't. And also, you kind of have to read the fine print, because here to say you get 75 day one games a year for Ultimate, including all Xbox Plus games day one. That sounds really great. But you also have to read the fine print as well. So if you actually go to the Xbox Game Pass and you click on this number 2 thing right here, it's going to bring up this other window that I have open here. And so I'll just show you that real quick. So it opens up this window. And then what it says here is, okay, you get day one games, but it excludes all Call of Duty titles. So it's those little things that becomes big things. And well, I'm not going to read through all of this, but there's just a lot of terms and things that you have to really look over to know whether or not you're actually getting more out of your Game Pass. And I don't think a lot of people are happy with this. There's been many, many cancellations of this. But it's just another example of how these game companies really don't care about you as the gamer. As much as they like to tout, they're giving you more and more. No, they're not. They're giving you less for your money. And obviously, they continually increase these prices, and then they're obviously making continuous changes as well. Most of the times, not to the benefit of the gamers, and obviously, it's not just Microsoft. Every single one of these game companies are doing the same thing. Look at Nintendo. They have games that are now $80, $70, $80. It's crazy. Plus, they have other really awesome things, pun intended, like Nintendo Switch 2 game key cards, where you get a physical game card, but there's no game in there. There's just a license for you to download the game. And then with PlayStation, they're not doing much at all, except increasing prices, as with all these other game companies. And you have to think about the PlayStation 5 has been around for a while now, right? You would think that the consoles would get cheaper, right? Nope. They're still expensive. I mean, nearly $800, $750 for a PlayStation 5 Pro. And all of these game companies, they're going to say, oh, it's because of economics, tariffs, whatever the case might be. But that doesn't explain things like digital games costing more, the constantly increasing prices of their digital services, monthly subscriptions, DLCs, all this stuff. None of it is getting cheaper. I mean, check this out. I mean, PlayStation Plus, 1 month, $17.99, 3 month, $49.99, 12 month, $159.99, and it's going to continually go up. And honestly, about the only one that I see that's still giving a lot of value for their clients or gamers is Steam. I mean, they do many sales, and I think for most people, this is going to be the best place in terms of overall value for your money. But also, they still have control over your entire gaming experience because you have to be on their platform. And every single one of these companies, they all want to do the same thing. They want you to be on all the time on the internet. They want you to be behind some type of service, some type of paywall to where you don't own your games. I mean, even if you had a quote unquote physical game, they still want you to be tied to it or authenticate with them or whatever. Get permission to play the games that you bought, or just be on their subscription-based services for all eternity while continually increasing the cost to you as the gamer without giving you more in return. And yeah, they just really hate you, you know. And I just really am sad about that because, you know, since I've been there pretty much since the beginning, I remember the days where gaming was really simple. You would get a game console, right? And then you would get a game that was quote unquote finished, and that was it. Play the game, plug it in, turn on the power, get your game controller, and you would start playing. You didn't have any large downloads. You don't have DLCs, microtransactions. You don't have to be on the internet all the times. And also, you're not having all your data and privacy, you know, scanned in all the time. And you're not controlled by a paywall, or even if you had a physical game, there's no other checks beyond just you making sure that your game console and game work and that you could plug it into a TV. I really miss those days, and it makes me sad also that, you know, to think that these game companies back then, they were, I think, really about the gamers. You know, at that time, they had to compete in a different level because at that time, about the only way that you would know if a game is good or not is basically from your friends or through word of mouth. And these companies actually delivering good games to where you would continually buy these games and systems. But nowadays, that's no longer what gaming is for a lot of people. What gaming is whatever they give you and whatever they control, and you as the gamer have to pay for that. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my retro gaming videos, I do have an entire playlist, and I'll leave that in the description area below.